So we just want to say thank you and for the support to my auntie from everyone. I did write something, which I'm going to read because otherwise I'll never remember. I'll show you guys. Forgot how blind I am.
She's yeah.
Don't. My uncle's spot will forever be empty. His passing has left an irreplaceable void in all that knew him. But his memory will live on through the love and lessons that he shared. His stories are my treasures and something I will always hold dear. A little piece here and there of our family history. His advice and kind words have and will continue to guide me through the things that we call life. He told me not long ago that I'm the strongest woman that he knows. Whoever can listen to this? The strong woman he has ever known, and he was thankful to have me at his side. He told me our family was lucky to have someone like me as its matriarch. My memories of him out target shooting, playing pool, playing Grand Theft Auto after eating a gummy that was obviously not a CBD only one. Because I never smoked weed and I was like, I had a backache, so I'm like, hey, yeah, they're right there. And it was not CBD, and I've never been able to play Grand Theft Auto since because it only worked faked. Anyways, secrets about my father and talking shit together about our family history. These are the things that I, too, shall pass on to our family. He was straight up with me about everything. There was no secrets. And I was also with him. Chasing hot air balloons across the mountaintops in Nevada. Got him as close to Smokey the Bear as I possibly could. Watching him because he was a Smokey Bear fan, as you all know, and he saw that balloon and he became a 5-year-old little boy. But the most awesome uncle. But of all the uncles I had, he was the most awesome of them all.
Sorry, Scotty.
Like his father Chuck, my father Lee, his brother Scott, his son David, my brothers Mark and Jason, my oldest son Chris, Fritz and myself, we all have so many memories, the Ramsey traits, and good and bad things that I will never forget. I'm proud to call him Uncle, my favorite. Fritz. Love you always, T.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to speak now, whether you want me to or not.
We don't, Helen.
I couldn't have written anything down because I wouldn't have been able to read it because of the tears. I've been lucky to have a crazy-ass wild life, and Fred was with me there in the beginnings. His and my insanity seem to run parallel to each other. There's a handful of people that I really attribute to who I am as a person. And Fred's right there at the top of the list of the people that built me. Fred's the only man I ever spooned. It was to keep from freezing to death on a trip up to see the family, Terry. Hitchhiking in the middle of January. But yeah, so many days, man. You know, you have those thoughts. You would think, this was because somebody said something to me way back when. This is why I do it this way. And so many of those thoughts to me are fucking Fred. It was an honor to know him. And fuck, we had a great time together, man. That's all I really got to say.
Well, that's difficult. So all lightened up a little bit. I wanted to give some, like, my strangely casual attire today was not coincidental. First time my dad saw this shirt, he smiled like a child and said, "That's a really happy minion." And when he was in the hospital, and coincidentally, you know, I left, I got a phone call at work, I was on a plane the next day, I just grabbed what I could throw in a backpack and jumped on a plane. Fortunately, no DEA agent waiting this time. It's actually kind of suspicious, not the first time I've jumped on a plane quickly, and the first time a DEA agent was there to ask me why. But anyway, he wasn't 100% there a lot of the time. I'm not sure if he was 100% any of the time those last 2 weeks, but there were times that he was definitely in there. Other times, not so much. And one day he just said, looked, pointed, smiled, and said, "Banana." Just like the minion did. So that's why I'm wearing this. But I'm not really sure what's left to say. I mean, most people liked him. Those who didn't, really didn't. But he had a charm that, you know, that most people liked, and I was really lucky to have him as a dad. And I wish I would have listened to all the smart things. You know, I didn't do the smartest things, but he told me all the smart things to do. So, listen.
If you did any of them, you're doing good.
You know, David, the last thing your dad said to me, he was still in Palmdale, and told him, "Dude, I gotta get going, I got a date." He told me good luck, like I was still a teenager trying to.
So, as I mentioned, that he kind of went in and out of not consciousness, but he became incoherent and
Yeah.
out. But he was aware enough to realize that he wasn't always aware. And one of the moments that will stick with me about that largely unpleasant experience was he just looks at me, she says, "Do you know who I am?" "You're my wife." And then I'm like, I look at him, you know, and he says, "Who are you?" And then cracks a shit-eating grin. You know, which indicated to me that he was aware that he wasn't always aware.
Right.
But he always had that
But
sense
still
of
had
humor.
that sense
Yes,
of humor.
yes.
Even
Yeah,
today.
yeah. No, that's the last takeaway I had, was when he said good luck, like I was a teenager going out to get laid. That was just awesome.
I think I was lucky that lots of people stay alive longer than they live.
Yeah.
I believe he stayed alive only 13 days longer than he lived. And during the time that he was living, not just alive, he always went out and did stuff.
Yeah.
Just some of these pictures are from us driving up in the mountains near Turnville just last summer. Some of them are from a cafe in Wrightwood last October. Just get in the car and go somewhere,
That's
see something new, see something old through a different lens. Yeah.
That's who your dad was to me. We traveled so much, so many things together for the first time. And like I say, he was a large part of who I am.
That was at my parents' house.
Yeah, with the
With the
smoky mirrors.
smoky-
I used to have the
Yes.
smokes because those are sheets of at my
Yeah,
parents'
march
house.
through.
Where's that swing set?
Alcala Park.
Okay, I thought so.
And that's my dad, if you don't know, and Scott and Fritz.
A little younger.
Yeah.
A little bit. A poquito.
That belly.
Yeah. What did Brad have? I also wanted to say thanks, Brad, for hosting over here at his house. And thank you to my best friend, Christy, that although her and I have been fighting like cats and dogs the last couple of days because I've been pretty stressed out.
Not connected sleep deprived.
Are you being a
And
Ramsey
sleep-
asshole?
I'm a Ramsey asshole. Luckily, her and I have been like this for long enough that She pretty much knows it, but I couldn't have done this day today without you.
It's awesome, Christy.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
Now I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
I need a nap before I can drive.
Yeah.
I have to go back to windows.
Yeah.
The sky doesn't like it. Hey, let's just put Terry on blast. Let's go. Get to drive. No sleep.
He's staying an extra day.
Yeah, because if you just
But I
miss,
can't move that
if you just,
ticket because it's,
yes, if you just
not-
miss the flight,
Yeah.
the next flight out, you get the next
Did
flight.
that happen to you one
Not in
time?
the, not in the basic economy,
Oh,
nothing.
well, let's clarify here, you have a very short window. You need to show up at the airport within a reasonable amount of time so that they believe that you just had a mishap and missed it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
it's
2 days later don't work.
Yeah. If the plane hasn't left, but they've already shut the door and they say, sorry, sir, we're not reopening the door for you, they'll definitely put you on the next one.
You mean you can't just go up there and say, don't you know who the hell I am? Stop that plane, I gotta get on.
I just, when that happened to me, and then Chuck said, no, you just wait.